Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus, and we are back here. Look at this glorious ball of solar sails and grids and stuff. It's amazing. What we're going to do is we are going to help get this one further along, progress this even further by making a giant mega factory build of solar sails. This is a very ambitious project, but it also just highlights how to transition from the first part of the game to the second part, and I think this is the great way to show this. Because what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have tons and tons of solar sails, tons and tons of rockets, and lots and lots of science, because that's going to be the hardest achievements to get. So what we need to do is we need to build a giant build here. I'm just going to go back so we can see what we want. We have found a new location. Oops. Yeah, like this. A new location out here at St. Cabbage. I will just highlight it, why I've chosen this one. And of course it's named after St. Cabbage, a master of the path or master of the void. This one I've chosen because it has a lot of stone, and it has fire ice, it has optical gradient crystal, that's just nice but we're not going to use it, and it has a fire ice, an ice giant here. So we need that in order to make solar sails. So the first thing we're going to do is get to that planet, and then we'll set up shop there, and then I can go into the details of what I want to build there. And here we are now at this naked planet. And we all know what the first thing I need to do, but we have already seen that several times on how to build the initial structure, so we're just going to skip over that this time. So here is our planet, all ready to go, hooked up with power lines and a hub and all that good stuff. So things are working here, and we need to get started on the objective. Now, let's start talking a bit about the objective of what we do. See, I have prepared myself. We're going to be building a lot. This is not even it. This is half of it. So we have a big task ahead of us. It's going to be magnificent, I hope. What we're going to build is we're going to build solar sails, and they come from graphene. That's easy because it comes from sugar cubes. And then we have some residual hydrogen. The residual hydrogen, we can use that for power, and also we must get rid of it. The photon combiner here, it can be done two different ways. The easiest way is of course the optical gradient crystal, but I need the optical gradient crystal for Casimir crystals and for the miners, and I really don't seem to have a lot of optical gradient crystal. So I'm gonna find a place with a lot of stone and then use that process instead. Basically, you can see here it's two prisms. And two prisms, if we go to a prism, two prism is 3 glass, 1 glass is 2 stone, so 6 stone versus 1 optical gradient crystal. And if you look at just this one, which is actually one that has some optical gradient crystal, I have barely less than 400,000, but I have more than 8 million. So clearly, at least from the way I'm looking at it, 6 stone is worth a lot less than 1 optical gradient crystal. That's why we're going to do it. Lighter sky in the Milky Way. I have no idea how I get that one, but we just got it. Yep, another one. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the stone way. That means we are going to set up some stone smelting, and then some glass smelting. We're going to set up iron smelting, some copper smelting, because we need to get all that process done. First thing I want to do is I want to pave the world and make some room here for where I want to build it. So let's do that, and we can get started on the first smelting setup. So I've now marked a lot of area here that we can start using, and what I want to do first is kind of weird that I want to do this first, but I know that I'm going to need it, so I am going to set up a location here. This will be bringing in deuterium fuel rods, and I'll get some of that, actually none of these, maybe. And I will be getting from here, oh actually that's not the case. It'll be 1 down. Why 1 down, you ask? Well, if I will get deuterium, and I will get proliferation, and I'll get this, and here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, from this location, get some deuterium fuel in here. And then I should have those already in stock. Yep, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 35 of these already in my inventory, which should give me... Hold on a minute. I remember this. If I proliferate it, it should give me 630 power. And that should be enough for getting us going. And that means I also need the proliferation, which I am going to do just there. So that it becomes easy for proliferation. Go here and up. Good. Next one is just getting in here. And, you know, probably power is important for a power pole. That one should be going, and we will get 2,000 of these. Inbound and inbound. Good. Then I can take this part and copy it. I'll remove one. No. Oh, I wish there was an undo button. Here. That's... Oh, what? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Yeah, this one seems to be too far away. There we go. Much nicer. Yeah, obviously we are not getting that one in. Oh, come on. That's the problem with having so little inventory space. 6. You can do it. Last one. We might need that ourselves. Alright, so with this sorted, we are now getting tons and tons of power, and that will help us a lot on moving forward. And then we're going to start as far over on this side as possible, because the first thing we want to do is... Actually, let's do the glass first. So let's figure out where our locations are. That is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big boxes. Okay, so this will be a good place for us to start. We are going to do the first thing, and we are going to do a lot of copy pasting. So let's start by figuring out this will be... And by the way, for this part, I don't want to do any proliferation. I want to get glass, and I want to get stone. I want to do all of that, and this will be only provided locally. That's super important. And this one, I don't set that up yet. But we have set up all the miners for everything. So that's going to make it easier. Now, this will be... I'm going to build it like this. And again, I count 1, 2... Oh, and I know it's over here. I know it's over that one. And if I want to build 50, all 30 of these on one road, then I have to build them really close. So that's going to be 1. Luckily, our drones are pretty quick now. Here, I guess. And that works. And then we just need to set up the actual recipes. This will be glass. Glass is 2 to 1. So that's why I do this way. And again, I'm reiterating, I don't want to proliferate things because power is going to be a massive issue on this planet, and using coal and stuff like that for getting more stone just doesn't make any sense. So I'm trying to do this as expediently as possible, and that probably involves mainly not making stupid mistakes. Does that mean look like not stupid mistake? Yeah, it does look like not stupid. I can make clever mistakes, but not stupid mistakes. Alright, so my target for this is... I have a clear target for it so that I haven't even revealed to you yet. The answer is 230 solar sails per second continuously. And I think that's pretty nice. I'm gonna build it... can I build it like there? There? I think I can. 1, 2, 3... 4. If I just build this all the way down, then I can copy it to the next row. Yes, that's perfect. That use now. This is also a bit of a test on showing you how quick things can be done. And I am going to set this up. This will be locally requested. Yeah, I suppose it will be locally requested. Oh yeah, I already did that. Do I also want to request it globally? I don't know. Yes, I do, because the other planet will also have it. So I'll do this and this. Great. And I can then just copy. We're going to make a few of these. I'll just show you how many we're going to do. In terms of sort of time-lapsing for these things, I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, because this is just one more of these things that we already have. So I'm going to also do it over here. There. So while this one's building, let's talk a bit about why I built that. So each one of these, as we roam around here, each one of these, what are they making? They are making, each row here is making 30 glass per second. So this is 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60. That's 240 glass per second. That's a bit more than I probably can get in here. This is also why I start by getting the power produced first, so we can actually get this up and running. And I'll do this. And you will also get your drones. Good. And go to the next one. Alright, let's skip forward and start on the next design as we hook this one up. Actually, let's do the design immediately, where they can just build while I'm designing the next part. Let's try to be as efficient about it as possible, because they can just fly out. Well, what is the next thing? Well, the next thing is actually going to be the prisms. So here is what prisms, and they come exactly from the glass. And let's have a look at the recipe for prisms and glass, how that works. Alright, I suppose the easiest way to do this is to say, I want to consume 240, because that's what I've already decided that I want to create. So I need to create 240, and that means I need 160 machines. So let's do 160 machines. 160 machines could be 20 times 8 rows. That means I need to get out here. This is simply inbound, and then outbound should be pretty straightforward, shouldn't it? What I need to do is simply take one line of this one out all the way somewhere like this, and then I'll take one of you. How close do we want to make it? Like there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's, well, we can go all the way up to 15, and then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so that is our benchmark. Like that. And go back. That's pretty straightforward. And I can then build pretty boring input-output for this. And copy it downwards. And here. Good. Let's copy this part. And then get it in here. And that one. And then I'm going to make one extra space for power poles. And I'm going to put it here. And then make one extra space for power poles. So that's 40 here. And I need 80 of the... Oh, this is 80 at this location. And then I just need to double it again, and I think I can just take this blueprint that we take from here and use it again. One of these. Let's build it here and here. And all we need now is to get the inputs and outputs. Glass in and prisms back away. And here. And we need some glass. And we return with the prisms. Again, no proliferation, no nothing. And all I need is a little power pole for this part. And then everything is good. I still have a few things down here that hasn't been done. So let's just smash out a few here. That should get all of that sorted. And a few over on this side as well. And you will just be getting there and there. And you will be requesting only local. And make sure that the drones are helpful, and they will only be providing globally. There we go. Easy peasy. And then we just copy this part. And build it again. Is that correct? I think it's correct. Let's see. Looks correct. Alright, so what have we done now? Now we have converted all of the stone into 160... is it 160? Yeah, 160 prisms per second. If we can get the whole thing running. And again, this is why we need so much power. As you can see, it's coming in. We're starting to use our materials here. And that means we can now move on to the next part of our design process. Next part of our design process is going to be the green circuits, because if we look at it, now if we have here, we have the prisms done, and then we need green circuits. So if I'm having 160 here, then I need 80 per second of the circuit boards. So let's get 80 circuit boards per second. Let's build it up in this location. I think that's a great location to build this. This is going to be a bit tricky because I need to make sure that I have room for both of those. Yes, this is how you make room for both. Now, again, since this is only going to be iron and copper, then I will not be proliferating because I don't care about that. There. And I will then do, this is a build we've done so many times, so even I should be able to remember it. It will need to be 15. Yep. And all I need to do is take iron out on this bound, because each of these will be, I'm remembering this, but maybe you don't. This is every 2 seconds, or every second it consumes 2. So 15 will consume a full belt of iron and a half belt of copper. That means the copper belt can be a shared belt, like this. And then I go to that location and get another one. And then on the outbound, we just bring it back home. And over this side. And then we just figure out how much it's producing. Well, it's oh, that was not what I wanted to do. There. On how much it's producing 60 per second. No proliferation, that's just making it easier as well. And then we just need the input here. Input, input, and input, and out, and out. Get that sorted all the way down. And the other one all the way down. And then get some power poles here. I'm making it down there because that it's either up or down, but down is where the squares are bigger, so that's where it's more likely to be needed. That one. And then we build one over on the other side. And before we can hook this up, there's actually going to be a problem because we do not have the iron and copper built. So we just need to build some iron and copper for all of this. That is pretty damn simple to do, but I can. Let's get a copy of this so we get this sorted. And that's the right place. And I think that's the right place. Great. You got yours. You are getting yours as well here and here. I'm not setting it up to work yet. And I need the power pole at the back. There we go. Alright, so we need some copper and iron. That's going to be really simple. It's the same build that we've done many times before, but I think they have a bit of room for it. We have all the iron and copper we need already located, and it is easy for us to build it right over here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build it at this point. This will be, again, no proliferation. Copper. Do I think I want this copper here? Yeah, let's do copper. That one. Again, drones up. Drones up, weapons online. And here's something weird. I can actually do this in a weird way that I don't feel comfortable with it, but we're gonna do it anyway. I'll just show you. There. Oh, 48. Okay. We are going to need more stuff. So, I think it's this one. Get more here. Get more here. Get more here. You can see I've overfilled this one, so it's easy to build. And I'm going to need to get 30, so I think I have to start it here and here. Right. So, if we are... Yes. If we are using this one, because of where we are now, I'm actually sending them out at the cargo stack 2. That means that's going to be 60 on this belt. That means I can actually have shared input belt for copper and iron as well. That feels so weird for me. Feels so weird, but I think it's correct. It'll save one belt. Yay, one belt saved. In this this kind of build, sure, it's something. There. And let's just copy this. And we'll leave it the middle space for power poles. Get it back. See, I don't really feel that it's needed with time lapses at this point because I'm building a lot of stuff at the same time. And let's go grab one of these power lines here. That will be probably like this. Does that work? It is the right location, and for some reason that thing is weird there. Don't know why. And I also need a power pole behind. There. Good stuff. You have everything you want. And unfortunately, you just only now power up. This will only be provided on the local network. So I am just going to do that one. And I don't think I'm going to be requesting it from other locations. Now this one, it's lovely. And I am just going to copy it. There. Copy. And I just smash it down next to it. And then pretend that it's iron. There you go. That means I have to be quick about it. Nope, nope. Iron and iron. Because I just need the iron and copper inbound. Okay, we're also going to need more of these. And that means demand. Do we want demand there? We definitely only provide it local. And it's not coming out. Because this is not really ready yet. Here. And I really try here my best to show how quickly we can build in this game. It's absolutely amazing how quick we can build. But I do need to make sure that is done first. That's done. Next. Here. Here. And then I just need the outputs. And then that should be good. That's only 2 outputs. We'll get iron outputs. And it'll be iron outputs. Does it work? It seems to work. And you can see this is stacked to 2. Like there. Oh, glorious. Hey, look at that. Another research. Sweet. Alright, so this gives us lots of iron to get started on. We don't really need to know what we are going to need it for, but we do know that now we can set this one up to be requesting local, requesting local, requesting local, and providing local. There. That's one more thing done. And we're going to get some more drones. I'll take some of these out, and I'll take more of this out as well. Good. All right. Next up. Next challenge is going to be, what is that going to be? I think it's going to be, oh no, we need to do it into the, make it into the combiners. That's the part, because we have the prisms and we have the green circuits. So the next thing is making it into combiners. That takes green circuits and it takes prisms. Do that, do that, do that. And I will then need to figure out how to do that exactly. First, we need to figure out how many we want. In terms of combiners, we are going to do proliferation for this, that's for sure. Because this is now starting to be valuable. And I'm not going to do the biggest proliferation because I don't feel that... yeah, what do I don't feel? I don't feel that this is the... I don't... It's too much power and too expensive at our current tech level. That's kind of how I feel about it. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a line back. And then I'm going to build. How big do we want it? We don't really need it that big. It should be 20 deep. So let's try 20. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that goes over to this location. It's looking good. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's pretty close. Yep, I think this is good. I will set this up as proton combiners, and this is on a 3-second cycle. So in order for us to consume 80 green circuits, we need also to produce 80, and it's on a 3-second cycle. So 3 times 80 is 240. 240 divided by 20 is 12. So I need 12 rows. That's 4 rows of 20. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah. Damn. That did not make any sense. It's so logical for me like this. I'll try it again here. Right. So if I have there, and if I need 240 in total, and that is what I need. Oops, that's misplaced. 240 in total. Then all I need is and each one here is doing 80, 20. row of 20 times 4 rows. That's what I want to fit in. There. And I can do that on this side as well. Is that the correct one? No, it's not. Funny how I make this mistake. And I will do prisms. There. And then the last one out here. And then the outbound will be at this location or return. Outbound doesn't really make a lot of sense. Alright, so here we do in. Very important that these do not copy or... Yeah. Not copy, but if I make them both output on the middle tile, then they will collide with each other. Yeah. So, we do it this way. That's done. And we need the proliferation on the 4 belts that are necessary. So, proliferation here. Let's always start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to get proliferation out here. Tap, tap. I love this way of doing it. Pretty damn cool. And I'm going to get, oops, that one here as the power line. And then we need power lines all the way down for the other ones. And now we have power for this one. And I will be hooking everything up. I'll start by requesting this. So we get that in first. This will, all of this will be local. This will provide, this will demand and demand. It's looking good, and hopefully we get this one in first. Probably do, or otherwise we don't. And I'll take one more of these. We needed to make 3 of them, so let's be building one here and build another one down there, maybe. Let's try that. Let's check. Looks okay. It's right in the intersection, right at the intersection. I'll be hooking this one up. More of these, more of these, more of these, and more of these. And we just built the whole damn thing. One more thing coming in. What is the power looking like on this build? Yeah, you can see here we're already consuming 600,000, so, or 600 megawatt. That is a lot. So let me just get the ones that are really close here, because they are going to be more difficult to grab before we start going into the design of the next build. But the great thing is, oh no, what did I do here? What did I do? I only wanted like 1,000 or 2,000 maybe. 2,000? Yeah, I think the railroad is 2,000 inbound, and then 4,000 here. Yeah. 5,000 on the outbound side. Well, obviously the stuff that we've been building for a longer time is going to stack up higher. So there we go. That's good. Oops. But again, everything is local. And let's make sure that we find the next location. Let's see. How big is this? Oops. Oh, right. I've already marked it down here so that it's easier to find. All right. That means this is the next line. And I need to build my next build there. Now, what is the next build going to be? Well, the next build is going to be getting into the hydrogen, I guess. Or the... Yeah, what is it called? This will be the graphene, but graphene and hydrogen are outbounds, and I'll be get the sugar cubes inbound. I am not going to proliferate because proliferation seems like a silly thing to do. I have also already, if we go out, go to this location. Yeah, you can't see it, but I do actually mine stuff from this one already. I have set it up in preparation for this build. I hope that's okay for you. And I'll be making some of these. Let's see. I have brought 96 because you guessed it. I'm going to need 96. And I will be building, since I'm not proliferating, I can just build it. Maybe this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the number. If I do 8 here, and then I do 4 rows of 8, that is 32. If I do 4 rows of, or 3 builds of 32, that's 96. Each of these will be making 1 per second. That gives me 96. Now over here we are consuming 80 per second, but we are also proliferating. That means the output will be 20% higher. 80 per second plus 20% is 96. So it'll match 96 plus 96 is what we're going to get in here. And I will have like this, and I will then go, okay, this is gonna be tricky. No. There. And then I'll have two returns, and it's most important that the return for the hydrogen is furthest out. So I need to do, this will be hydrogen because it needs to be stored, otherwise it risks jamming the whole build. Then I just sneak around and it looks glorious. I think so. That one, and I do the same thing on the other side here. Sugar cubes going in here, all the way down. We might as well get it all the way down. There we go. Get it back. And we need to be a bit careful. You know what? I can do it better than this. There you go. That looks better. Now it's really neat. And we get the hydrogen returning. And I stack it up, but not so high that it collides. Looking good. And the last one, it'll be on the outside. Oof, close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 6, 8, and then I actually made 7. That's kind of embarrassing. Let's see. Yep, I have all. No, I need the belts done over here as well. That one. Return and return. Then I'm going to do all the inputs and outputs. That's kind of tricky, so let's see if we can do that. Input, graphene, hydrogen. Input, graphene, hydrogen. Yes. And input, graphene, hydrogen. Input, graphene, and hydrogen. Yes, there is a method to the madness. 8 of those, and 8 of those, 8 of that, and this will make 32 per second, and also have a residual 16 hydrogen per second that we also need to take care of. And that's something we just have to deal with. Luckily, power poles and chemical plants are nice. Power poles and mini collider thingies are not nice. There we go. I think we're going to just tap it here. Do we want 2000? Nah, we need a bit of transport time as well. So we need here and here. I will not do any warpers for this. And this will be full, and this will be here. But only provide local. This one I can provide local and global, because why not? I will not have any of this local, so I'll just do that one. And then we can copy. And that was 32. And then I need... Oh, man. The light here is... It's blinding. I think that's it. And I'm wondering if it's... I think that's it. Alright, let's check. Looks like it's on the lines. On the lines as well. I will hook this up. Now we're going to get 48 hydrogen as excess that we need to deal with. And luckily we can use that for power, so I will build hydrogen power plants to get this one sorted. It does seem a bit weird to build hydrogen power plants this late game, or yeah, but it's basically mainly to get rid of it. And using it for something like Casimir crystals is, in my opinion, too risky. You can't have like many different locations building Casimir crystals and just have them work. Are they coming in? Yeah, they're coming in, but they're kind of slow. And obviously the power is not really... super well, it's actually okay. There. I'd like to see it working. Okay, let's wait for it to start working and then confirm that it is actually working before moving on to the next challenge. Here comes the fire ice coming in. Let's have a look and see that it is hopefully working as intended. We are getting the first graphene, and the hydrogen goes in correctly through the boxes. It looks like everything is working. Great. And the other ones are coming in as well. Now, let's look at power. I'm going to build some power down here. We're going to reserve this for the actual build that we need. But let's get some more power first. Right. This, I think I'm going to build it in a bit of a weird way. Like that, maybe? I don't think I can do that. Can I? No, I can't. Because I'm going to have a line there. So the question is, where is the first place I can make it? I can make it here. This will only bring in hydrogen. This is, remember, this is primarily a matter of just burning hydrogen. This is not about burning hydrogen and getting a bit of free power from it. Nothing more than that. And I'm going to go all the way over to that location because that's 2 lines. And I have already brought some because I know I'm going to need it. And, I don't know how much space I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. It's too much. Because that's not how it works. And you know what? I'll just make it really tight. Here. Try again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And come on. Inbound. There we go. All of those are now daisy chained, and all I need to do now is copy this, remove this part, and then see how close I can make it. Kind of have to make it try to make it as close as possible. Yep, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's exactly what we want. I'm going to take a single line here, and I'll get only these because that's the only thing I want, and then I will demand all of it. This will be consuming half of the power we need. So all I need to do is take one of these, copy it, and build it over. Ooh, that's a really annoying corner that it decided to hook it at. There, after a few attempts, it actually worked. And we have now built this one, and I'll just get some more in here. So this will we'll do a quick calculation together. Well, it's actually kind of difficult to explain how this works without actually just going through all of it. But the idea is that each build, or no, the idea is I'm just gonna see if I can walk you through the calculations here. I am going to have 48 additional hydrogen that I need to deal with. That's half of the 96 we're producing, and each of them is producing 9 megajoule of power, so that's 432 megajoule of power. But when I put it in here, I only get 80% of the values. That means it's potentially 345.6 that I can potentially power I can get. And since each of these is 2.16, I divide it, and that gives me 160. And then what I did is 2 times 80, and that means I am going to consume every single little bit that we are going to do, as long as this is running at 100%, which it never is. Whew, right, all right, great stuff. We only have one little tiny build left, and well, it's not really a small one, because here comes the big build, basically. This is also going to be proliferated. We are going to make, finally, the solar sails, and we are going to make it here. Solar sails require the photon combiners, and it requires their graphene. Yep. And it's also going to require some of this. I am not going to use the good proliferator on this. That's just how I've thought about it, and I've concluded that no, I don't want to do that. Let's make sure that these are set where they should be, and I'm going to set this all the way up. This will be provided both local and global. This one will definitely not coming outside. This will also not come outside. Good. But that means I need to figure out how big I need to build this. If I make it 16 deep, then, because each of these is producing 1 every 2 seconds. So if I make it 16 deep, then I can make it 16 and then 4 rows of 16. And I can basically make it like I did the previous one. And that means I'm gonna have a return belt here, and then I'm gonna have here, And then on the outside, I will have the 2 inputs. Like that. And it'll not be there because that's going to be too close. And you're going to be on the outside. And return. Like that. And that means I can do proliferation at these 2 locations. Probably even do this. Yeah. Tap, tap. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. And out that way. Yep. That one. And outbound here. There. That is going to be nice. And I'll get the proliferation built. I can't. They're hard to click on once they are built. There. There. And I'll go through there. Then we just need to figure out how deep it has to be. And I said 16. Why 16? Well, if I build 16 here, then 16, that's 32. And that is 64. So 64. And how much will 64 consume? That will consume once every 4 seconds. It'll consume 1/4 of that. So that's 16. So that will consume 16. And if I then have 6 of these built, then we just say 16 times 6. That's 96, which is exactly what we're producing. So that is why I'm going to do it that way. And that will be exactly what we have available in this build. That one. Yeah. Let's get the inputs and outputs. Again, input, 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 output. And then this can't be output the same way, because if I place this here, then obviously this can't be placed in the middle, so it has to be shifted to one side. That. That's 16 plus 1. 16 plus 1. 16 plus 1. And I'm almost certainly made some kind of mistake in any of these many builds. I feel that I want to make sure that I do as much as possible here, and therefore I'm not spending so much time on reiterating and going through, but that's something where I'm going to do afterwards. But I think the principles of the designs are the most important ones, and actually seeing the whole thing come to life and just make an absolute insane amount of solar sails. There. That one we can now put. Oops. Oh yeah, it's already done. Okay, we're kind of running out of resources, aren't we? Do we need warpers? Yeah, we actually do need warpers for this one, because this needs to be able to provide outside to any location in the galaxy. So, get this one in. Get this one in. And I'd like to get the other ones in. Yeah, I think I can do it. You won't yell at me if a few of these come out unprolific. Please, please, please don't yell at me if you do that. All right, let's go. Let's go. Because that means I can now do copy. Yeah, these have to go. This one has to go. And that one's good. And I can't see a damn thing. Yeah, that's also good. And they need power. And this will only be half of it though. So you're gonna get in here, in here, in here, in here. And I can see that I also need more. That one needs more, and that one needs more. Walking down here. This is going to be the next build location. I think I could take this out. How much? 192? That sounds like the right numbers. Use. This one we really want to place correctly, otherwise I'm gonna be sad. There you go. What is it saying we're missing? We're missing a few things. Not so bad. Let's see. A couple of these. And what else? A couple of that. All good. And I will then go also fill up here. And go to this one. Come on. Build, 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 build. And fill it up, fill it up. All of it is going. Alright, so what have we done now? Holy smokes, that's a lot of build. And it's also a lot of power. Let's get the whole thing operational and then see how much power it actually consumes and how much it is actually producing. Because the whole thing is designed specifically. So what I'm doing now is I'm consuming 192 of each of the input products, and as you can see here, it is 2 solar cells for 2 inputs. So it is it's actually 2 times that. That means I get 192 outbound and from this build, plus the proliferation, which is 20%, and that means I get a total of 230 solar cells per second. Now that should last us quite a while for this build. Do we want to check on the power consumption of this planet? Because I think the whole thing is coming up. Yep, not even all of this power is enough. So I need both fusion power up here, keep that going, and I need all of my power down here, which isn't always working all the time, which is kind of fine. It is expected that some of these will be, maybe I just request half in each. There, requesting half in each. There. So it balances out, otherwise it just goes mainly into one of them, and it's only going to be residual. So it's only when I consume this at full rate, this is the fire ice, that I'm producing it at full rate, that I can keep all of this operational. And let's have a look at some of the production statistics for this planet, just to see. It's of course on a 1 minute or 10 minute cycle, but we're going to look at it here. On a 1 minute cycle, it is 13,000. What are we expecting? 230 times 60. That's 13.8 is our expected number of solar cells if it is completely working. Now I do expect that there will be a lot of sort of small things here and there that will sort of make it not quite working. It really should be working, right? It should be working because everything here is 100%. The only thing that it might not be if I'm not having enough power. Looks like we have enough power right now. I would just like this one powering up is probably like the worst thing. I want to see that everything here is good. Yeah, and it should be before these are filling up entirely. And what I can do, and I might do, is also make some extra storage for this part locally, so that once I fill up, because right now I can only store 60,000, and that's not actually a lot. Okay, all of them seem to be working. Let's go back to the production statistics and have a look here. All right, it's 13.5, so it's getting closer to 13.6, getting closer to that magical 13.8 that I so really wanted to hit. It's going to get close. It's going to be approaching asymptotically. No, it should be approaching. It should get there. All right. So let me know what you thought about this build and this episode, because there were no time lapses because I could build it as fast as I could design it, and we got everything done. Everything is working here, and we now have solar cells for days. We're going to continue to do more on quantum chips, and we're going to do carry rockets, and we're going to do science, all the different sciences. But I really want to make like these mega builds so we can, yeah, that's just way more worth it to make a mega build like this. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, a like here and there would be appreciated. And I hope to see you. If you want to be part of this design process, because this has been sort of designed together with the Twitch chat, then of course I am streaming over on Twitch chat on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I hope you will drop by and say hi, and just maybe be part of it if you feel like it. Otherwise, I also have my VODs on my second channel. There's a link in the description below to my VOD channel. It's called Nilaus TV, and all of my VODs from the live streams are there, so you can watch it at your own leisure if the time zones or just the timing doesn't fit. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, particular thanks to all the patrons supporting. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and as always, stay effective.